G'day, I'm Mark from Self Sufficient Me, and in this video I chat with Kate DePrimer, a nutritionist expert of over 30 years, about the benefits or negatives of homegrown oranges and, of course, the old fresh orange juice. Plus, I will give you my 3 best varieties of oranges to grow together to extend your season by months overall. Let's get into it. Orange season's only just started here. These are Washington navel oranges. You guys in the US would know all about these. They look like a navel. That's why they call them that. They are one of the sweetest oranges. The Washington, the Lane's Late, and the Valencia, and you can get a seedless Valencia now too. I recommend you growing those 3 at least. The Valencia, which holds on the tree for a long time, they're a great juicer, which is what I want to talk about in a second, but you got the Washington first, Lane's Late, and then the Valencia that does ripen, but it holds on the tree right through, sometimes into summer if you don't pick them. Which is fantastic for a backyard gardener who just wants to let those oranges sit on the tree and not let them start to perish if you pick them all, and then you have to give them away, and that there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but if you sit them on the shelf they could go off and then you feel like you have to juice them, which isn't really the healthiest way to do it. But Kate, I love orange juice. Yes. So if I'm going to have an orange juice as opposed to a Coke, which one's healthier?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's not even a question I need to answer. But I think, well, it's true. I think people get all sort of caught up in juice. The difference between the orange and an orange juice is if I just juice this one, I'm going to get probably about 100 mils out of there. Some of your bigger ones, maybe a little bit more, some a little bit less. By the time we have a glass of juice, we've probably got 2 or 3 oranges in there, and many of the juicing machines actually remove the pith, which is like lovely fibre for your gut, and it's a bulking agent. It's great for your bacteria in your gut to feed off. It's got lovely. So
a little bit of pith is good.
A little bit of pith is actually is very good for you.
And of course it strains out some of the fibre in the juice pockets itself.
In the little
pulp.
Call
it.
The
pulp
there.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're getting a beautiful orange straight off your tree, juicing it and drinking it, the vitamin C cannot be any more potent. And it's not. By the time you look at juice that's actually off the shelf in your supermarkets, there's usually some sort of preservative to preserve what's going on there, and vitamin C added to it because you've had a degradation of the vitamin C. So, this is Mother Nature knew what she was doing when she brought it out just in that sort of autumn pre-winter time, because vitamin C is meant to be very beneficial just to keep your immune system sort of in top notch. There's been lots of studies on vitamin C and kind of the duration of colds and sort of viruses and things. So, a potent vitamin C around the winter time to help you fight things, as I said, Mother Nature knew exactly what she was doing. Yeah,
and if you're watching your weight, I'm trying to lose a few pounds, maybe go easy on the juice, don't have it all the time, have it occasionally, maybe once a week for you're going, maybe have a nice breakfast at home and you have a juiced orange.
I mean, if you just juice that orange, you're not overdoing your sort of calorie load there. You're getting your vitamin C, you're getting other sort of B group vitamins, but also
that's sensible.
Bella! She's going for the oranges, sweetheart. But the vitamin C will also help unlock iron from things like, hello darling, oh she's so sweet. So you can't come up here and eat this because it's not for doggies. It's not for doggies. So the vitamin C helps to unlock the iron from iron-rich things such as eggs, from your iron-rich cereals. We've got iron-fortified bread here in Australia as well. And so for teenagers and things that are having that for breakfast, this actually helps the absorption of that iron. So look, again, we don't want to just replace water with juice. You do actually want to sort of hydrate yourself with water. Those kind of fluids are essential for the body, but again with the juices, I think where we come a bit unstuck is people consume large amounts of it and as their normal fluid supply. So I think good old oranges are absolutely wonderful for our diet. I will touch on something. It was a couple of streams ago. I said something about that the orange peel was like toxic. It's absolutely, well, it's not toxic in the amounts that we use. Like when we're, using the what do you call it, zest?
The
when you
zest,
zest and things, and orange peel in fruit cakes and things like that. That's fantastic. I just had a gentleman a number of years ago that kind of blitzed the entire orange and was consuming quite a number of those ones, and he got a very, very bad gut response from that. So apologies for those people who sort of went, oh God, Kate, you have no idea what you're talking about. The pith is actually so handy for, thank you, so handy for flavouring of things like, in savoury as well as sweet. But, just, I think everything, what you were asking me is, everything in moderation. Like we don't have to go overboard, just because they're good for you doesn't mean you have to have litres of it.
Yep. And have a taste of that one. No, Bella. A lot of you probably don't even know that I have a forum website. I'm not on there all the time. I jump on there occasionally, but I formed it years and years ago as a way for people to hopefully get together and share their self-sufficiency. It's called selfsufficientculture.com, the culture of self-sufficient living. Yeah, it's very sweet, isn't it? Probably one of the sweetest oranges. It's probably the best one, I think, to eat like an orange. Whereas the Valencia is good to juice. Lane's Late is nice to eat like that as well. But you wouldn't be juicing these. They're probably more on the sweet side because it wouldn't be as good for you either, because there's probably more sweetness in it, more sugar, because obviously it tastes like it. But B, it gets a bit sickly juiced.
Whereas it's so much nicer just eating it itself, and there really isn't a huge amount of pith between each segment, so it's a very, very easy to eat. Lovely. Love the oranges.
Just a few other things. In a warm subtropical type of climate or a temperate climate that's still fairly warm, oranges are very easy to grow. For us, they fruit in autumn and winter just as the flu season hits, and I really do believe that fresh vitamin C from your backyard is better or more effective than vitamin C you might get, especially from fruit juice at the store that's usually pretty old, or vitamin C tablets like supplements and those types of things. That's not just me guessing. This is information I've come across from our own government health sources here in the state of Queensland, suggesting that vitamins are absorbed better by our bodies through natural form, like natural whole foods, rather than in the pill form. So I think that's very interesting, and anecdotally, I've thought that was the case for many years, and that's not the only study. Check it out online. I'm sure you'll come across plenty more of these studies, especially now as science improves on what's actually good or not good for us. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big vitamin C thumbs up, share it around, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye for now. Cheers.